The Butcher and the Beard,
Butcher
sports
and the
talk
Beard.
show. Butcher and the Beard. And actually, we both have beards, but
Yeah.
that's Butcher. I'm the Beard, and we're going to be talking sports and nonsense and whatnot. So this is our first annual broadcast. So let's have some fun. Obviously, there's always stuff going on in the world that in the world of sports that we could talk about. Where we're going to start with Otani and $700 million contract, 10 years. That's a little ridiculous. Dave, what do you think?
Man, $700 million. What we could do with that
Oh my
by
God.
ourselves. Yeah. What can we do, man? Hey, enter the Dodgers. He's gonna need the $700 million over there in the LA County. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why it was so high for the 10 mil. Maybe that's I mean not 10 mil, the 10 years. The
10 years.
700. Yeah, because of
Well,
the
that's the
cost of
standard
living.
now. You
That's the
know,
standard.
yeah,
He could
10
have.
years. I just like, I don't know, like the Dodgers, they play well every year, then they get in the playoffs, and then they just kind of fizzle. Now Otani is going to be, yes, he's a two-way player, but at the same time, it's like he's only going to be probably a designated hitter for at least the first half of next year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, baseball always likes to, set the bar for these ridiculous contracts, but I don't know how this changes anything, as far as like the level. Yes, they have three great players now, but
Yeah.
like I don't know at what point, because what's going to filter down is now the next guy is going to want like all this other stuff, and baseball is so balanced as far as like competitiveness that Otani is going to be making more than the Tampa Rays like for the whole year, but yet they're just going to be as competitive as the Dodgers. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't understand, the point at this point anymore. Is it just to, say, hey, I can afford to pay a shiny new car? Because guess what? I could use a shiny new car,
Yeah.
so, and I don't
That's
even I don't even want 700 million. I'll take a million, just whatever.
starting me off in the right foot.
Start me off in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna find out Otani's number and send him my Cash App information because I know you
Hey,
got it
an
now.
email, an email
Email.
always
Yeah,
works.
there you
It
go.
does.
Come on,
I
we're
seen
good.
a couple people try that, you know?
Hmm.
And it comes down to the question I have now is there a future in baseball getting like the NFL with a salary cap? Do you think that will ever come?
I don't think so because
You
it
don't
has to
think
be
so?
approved by the players union. And if I was
Yeah.
the players union, am I going to agree to a salary cap? Hell no, because I want to get paid.
Yeah. Under
So
that
that's always been the thing for years. But like, I mean, it's the owners that are going out and doing this. Like
yeah.
nobody else. Like the Dodgers would just like straight up like we're gonna just outbid everybody on the first try. Like
Well,
I know
that's
he's
yeah.
looking at different things. They're like, we're going 700 million. No one's gonna touch that. And even the Yankees are probably like, you guys are out of your goddamn mind. But fine,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I
So
always ask myself when I think about
it
baseball.
was
It's like,
literally
yo,
like just short of double of the last biggest contract ever. Like
yeah,
it's insane. 700 million. I know he's a two-way player.
yeah,
He's not like you know he's not that far and above the rest of his players.
yeah. That's where we have
And
to look at.
right, 700 million. Well, we're putting the market into extreme places, and with sports gambling out there, and all the player props and fantasy. I guess that's what warrants generating this kind of money because he might not win a World Series, but he can get somebody a nice parlay for like hitting a couple home runs in a game and
Yeah.
striking out like six people. So like you
Hey,
know
that's a good prop bet right there.
that's
So
that's where this business is going.
yeah,
Every game I watch now, there's a player prop. There's in commercials. Oh, this is your live updates. So
I
that's
just
just where it's going. So
yeah. 100%, 100%. That's where it's going. It's coming down to like scaring fans at the same time and not betters. You know what I mean? Betters are going to be like, hey, I don't care who wins
right.
the game because now as a better or a person that's in that thing of like always getting onto like that site to,
Hmm.
make a crazy bet, I'm always like, oh, I know I love the Dolphins, but at the same time, I hope that the guy who's playing against the Dolphins
Right.
gets 500 yards because that's on
Right.
my bet.
Well, that's how fantasy works. But then
Yeah.
also, it's like, you know what? I don't think my team has a good shot at winning this week. But guess
Yeah.
what? I think they could score over, so I'm going to bet the over. And
100%.
I
Yeah.
think this guy is going to get me X amount of points, so I'm going to bet this guy get X amount of points. So like it's changed the game, and
Yeah.
it's also changed the game for meaningless games. Like you
Yeah.
might have a game at the end of the year that nobody cares about because two teams haven't made the playoffs. They're just going to get a draft pick, blah blah blah. But guess what? Someone's gonna put some money down on that game, and it's
Yeah.
gonna have a lot of interest. So,
100%.
but anyway, we'll delve more into that. Let's move on to our next topic, which is the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron wins the first ever play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Here's my thoughts on that. The first thing is like I don't really think it was fixed, but I do believe that LeBron and company took those games a lot more serious than a lot of the other teams. I think it was just kind of like, hey, you know what? This is the thing. It's going to be hardware. I'm gonna end my legacy by getting this too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
The other thing is I know all the analysts and sports people, and I listen to a lot of basketball stuff. They talk
Yeah.
about how, the tournament was such a success and this and that and yes and now, and this was a great thing and they can expand on it. Well, it was. However, when you looked at the quarterfinals, the fact that you had the Bucks and the Pacers, and then you had the Lakers and the Pelicans. When the Pacers won, you said to yourself, the Lakers better win. Because if it's the Pelicans and the Pacers in the finals, nobody's wanting to watch that.
Yes.
I understand that the NBA is star driven and you have Zion and you have Halliburton and stuff like that. But there are more fans dedicated to certain teams and certain fan bases, and the Lakers are, the royalty. So you needed the Lakers to get into that, win or lose, but you needed the Lakers in there for it to be a success. And
Yeah.
Lakers got in, LeBron won, so therefore it was a success. But I think it would have been a little bit more juice if Milwaukee made it, but
yeah.
overall it was a successful thing. But it's really just because the Lakers made it. Because like I said, if it was the Pelicans and the Pacers, people would have been like,
I'm not
whatever.
watching this. Yeah.
I'm not
I
watching
actually,
this.
there's always,
I'm gonna put $5 on it because I'm gonna put a bet down because I think one of the
yeah.
teams might win. But I'm not even gonna watch the game. I'm just gonna check my phone in the morning and be like, oh, okay, I want to
Yeah. I
watch.
woke up with a $20 bill instead of a five. But like, yeah, that's how I look at it too, because like, do you think that the league is coming to that where like they want their teams to be in?
Well, I mean, like we talk about baseball,
Yeah.
everything's about gambling now,
Yeah.
and everybody has access to gambling.
Yeah.
Most of the people, anyway.
Was it
So,
like 3 states?
right. But as far as like, especially basketball, uh, who was it? Kevin Durant came out and was going on and on about making fun of the Knicks, saying nobody cares about the Knicks because they haven't been relevant. They haven't, gone to the the finals anytime soon, and it's more about certain players like teams like the Warriors or the Nets or this and that. But that's not actually the case, because if you look at like how certain things go, a few years back, the Nets were contenders when they had Kevin Durant and James Harden and Kyrie Irving, and they go into the playoffs, and the three of them are doing commercials to try and get playoff tickets. Now
Oh,
the
okay.
Knicks made the playoffs that year. They got in, as a 5 seed, or a 4 seed. They just had a good year, but they sold out within seconds. But they
Wow.
weren't going to be a contender, but they sold out within seconds. So that just tells you that I think Kevin Durant is trying to, throw a little shade at the Knicks and whatnot, but it's also in the NBA, you have fans of players because the players are the stars, so you're
Yeah.
gonna follow that. But teams have fans too, and loyal fans, and New York fans, New York Knicks fans,
Yeah.
Lakers, Celtics,
Yeah.
Bulls, you know, Miami to a degree. Like they will travel to follow those teams. So
Yes.
you have you have that culture in the big market teams, and for the NBA to be successful, you need to have a big market and you need to have a star. And if you can combine them, great. Having like a LeBron in
Yeah.
LA is fantastic. But then you let the games play out. I think that they do the best they can. I don't think that games are necessarily fixed, but I do see some tendencies where refs call certain games certain ways, and like they keep the score
Yeah.
around a certain
Yeah.
level, because it's, to keep that score over and under to a certain degree, you can have an effect on that, but overall, like you're not going to be able to decide the outcome, and most
Yeah.
betters are betting one way or the other, so the house
Yeah.
is going to win one way or the other, you know
Yeah.
what I
That's
mean?
it. Yeah, for
And
sure.
then,
I get
you
it.
know, the other thing is these guys are pros, man. They're good and they're good for a reason. And
Yeah.
sometimes guys just get hot, and
What that
you know,
uh
and there's momentum and there's all this, and like you can only do so much, man. But like
yeah.
LeBron last night, I don't know if you saw it, he had this
Uh,
crazy dunk late. Oh man, it was beautiful. And the guy's like 40 years old. He's like, oh, he's close to my age. We're not
yeah.
supposed to be doing stuff like that. That guy's, I criticize LeBron here and there, but man, the guy's been incredible his whole career and still going, man.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like, I took a quick nap. I'm not gonna lie. I was the
Yeah.
Lightning played at like 10 o'clock and I was up at like 4. So I was like, oh, I got thing. So I watched a little Lightning hockey. So,
Ah,
they played at 10 because they played
yeah, yeah. They,
in
they were on West
Seattle.
Coast
Yeah.
trips. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't like those. I like the 7 o'clock games.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, no, man, that's it. LeBron James, as much as you can talk about him, the dude has been a star since he was in
Mhm.
high school. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
that's what we sit there like,
Oh yeah. He's one of these guys that you might hate him at some points, but you got to respect his career. And I will say that when he does hang him up, the NBA is gonna
be sad.
lose an era.
Yeah,
And
that's what you had to say.
really don't I don't see that caliber of talent like dominating the league anymore. Like,
Yeah. I'm
kind of hard to
100%.
explain. It's like there's so much talent in the NBA,
That's it too.
and you're gonna have guys winning, different years. I
Yeah.
don't see the dynasty thing happening really, like it used to be.
Yeah.
Warriors might be that last kind of, 4 or 5. Maybe you can get a team win like the Spurs did, like not every year, but like they'll collect 5 championships in like 10 years type of deal.
Yes.
But I don't see one person dominating the league like LeBron did, because there's just too many guys that are really good. Like even right now in the NBA, you still got, you got Joker, you got Giannis, you got Embiid, you got Luca. There's so many guys that are top talent
Yeah.
that like I don't see one of them just dominating the league for the rest of the time and like nobody
Yeah.
touching it, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because Joker, he makes me laugh because he takes the basketball game like it's a 9 to 5, and he's so good. He's so dumb.
Yeah,
It's like
he
it's
is.
like I don't want even want to be at the stadium right now. I want to be at my country, racing horses and
Racing
stuff.
horses. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So like he is such
Yeah,
a
he's
weird
kind of
case. Like he's like
yeah, he's a great
so
personality,
dominant.
but
Yeah, he's like I'm
yeah,
gonna be so dominant. It's not like the basketball players that are like, yo, I know I'm good. He
yeah,
like doesn't care. It's like when I go to my 9 to 5, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go home already. That's how he is. He's like,
yeah. He does. He treats it like a 9 to 5, but he just
yeah,
dominates.
he's just so good. Like, so yeah,
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 yeah.
basketball
That
isn't,
dude. I've been on his case for a while. Like people. Also, he's West Coast, so a lot of people on the East Coast don't always see him play,
yeah,
so they
yeah, 10
don't
o'clock
understand why
games
he's winning
usually
all these
in
MVPs. And it's
Denver,
like, dude, this guy, like, he gets the ball and he makes a decision like that. And it's
Yeah,
like he will hit the open guy in a split second, or
yeah,
he will score on you in a split second. Like, he's that good and that decisive and that talented. And yeah, he's a joy to watch. He
yeah,
really
for
is. And
sure. Yeah.
I think he really got that last year in their run. But
Yeah, I had to watch that as a Heat fan. I had to watch him be
yeah.
dominant. It's not fun, when you're on the
On
other
the losing
hoping that
end.
he
Well, I will
yeah.
tell you the Heat made quite a run last year. They beat my
Yeah.
Knicks, and
Yeah.
I mean, but my Knicks were not ready to move on to
No,
the
but
next
they're
level.
they're getting there. They're
I
really
expect them to lose Milwaukee, but hey, Miami made that run, and Miami deserved it.
yeah.
They got some great players and great grit and great experience, and Spoelstra's probably one of the best coaches in the game, if not the best coach in the game.
You got Pat Riley. I hope
Yeah,
you inbred that vision. You know what I mean? I hope so. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it all comes down to that. But yeah, man, like the basketball, it's fun. Like we said, the betting
Mhm.
is going to be a big thing in this world, and we're
Yeah.
just at the beginning of it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because like
well, here in Florida.
here in Florida, because like for the last couple years, we could only do prop bets. You know what I mean? We couldn't
Mhm.
do money lines and things like that. So it's going to be a fun ride for now on, going with the that way, because I those are the bets I want to start placing, not just like will
Yeah.
this be over unders, so
Hmm.
but yeah, man.
Oh well. All right, that's enough about basketball for today. We'll move on. We'll do a little hockey. So Lightning won last night.
They
They have
did.
been struggling the beginning of the year, but
Yeah,
it's a long season.
long
Now we're
season.
getting the Christmas time, whatever. But they seem to
There's no
be a little bit back
Vassky.
on track. My Rangers started out hot as hell, and they've gotten their butts kicked the last couple weeks,
Yeah.
or the last couple games, I should say. Smoked last night 4-0.
Oh yeah, that's the other night.
Yeah, whatever. Like I said, it's long season. People like to get on teams, whatever. Um, Betting on hockey is pretty interesting because you got the puck lines, and like if
Oh,
it's a one
okay.
goal game, you're just praying for that empty net goal, and then like you
Yeah.
see it, you're like, oh, so
Yeah,
that's
please
if you
don't be an icing. Please don't be an
yeah, right,
icing.
right, right. It's great. The whole thing with that, and then like if you have the one goal and you're down by one, you're like, don't you score that empty netter,
Yeah, for sure. For
It
sure.
makes it definitely interesting. But the Blackhawks, that rookie kid is something, man. He's gonna
Yes.
be he is
Bernard or whatever. Bear. I can't
yeah
even say it. Yeah.
yeah. He is going to be special. But the NHL is just keeps plugging along, man. They've had the whole like um, equality amongst the teams, and that like
Yeah.
you can have the best record in the regular season. You ain't that don't mean anything. I
Yeah.
think like out of all the four major sports, like in hockey, the team that gets the best regular season has the best regular season record.
Yeah.
Only wins the cup like a small percentage of the time.
It's like a curse right now, that
I think the
trophy.
last one was the Blackhawks in like 2003 or four or five,
Yeah.
something like that. So
It's
like,
like
yeah, it's not. It's very rare for you to win to put that kind of effort in and then still win the cup. So
I feel like hockey, when it comes to playoffs, there's no other sport like it. Like
no.
their adrenaline when they're in that playoff
Mhm.
scenario is they're playing. They don't care if they got in there with one win. You know what I mean? They will
Mhm.
play you, and they're going to be rough. They're going to hit you
Mhm.
at the lines. They're going to hit you against the walls. They're going to, if they can board you and not get a call,
Mhm.
they're going to board you, So like,
So even in like if you look at the other NFL is different. It's one game, but
yeah, that's what it
um,
is. Like
but
basketball
like
too. Yeah.
in basketball and baseball,
Yeah.
only one time as a team in the playoffs come down from 3-0.
Yeah.
It's never happened in basketball. It's happened
No.
like 3 or 4 times in hockey.
Yeah.
So like it's just hockey's just different
Yeah.
and it's so exciting. I've been to every kind of live sporting event you can ever been to, and hockey is by far my favorite. Like you go to a live hockey game, it is an incredible experience.
The
Basketball probably number
yes.
two, but basketball and like football, baseball, a lot of that has to do with the crowds. The game itself is always exciting, but the crowd helps.
It
Uh,
does. It does.
helps
Like
build
we
up that feeling. But with hockey, it's just the game itself is so fast, and it's just like
yes.
you can't get caught up. It's like, oh my god, he just made a great save, and you can't get caught up from it because now someone just scored at the other end. So
Yeah, and it
it's
happens
crazy.
90% of the time. It's like, oh, what a save. And all of a sudden the puck just finds its way to an open end, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
goal. Yeah, we went to the like a year ago or 2 years ago, we went to the playoff game, the Rangers versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. And we went
Oh
to the playoff game
yeah.
and
Oh,
that
that
was
must have been
such a
fun.
blast, man. The environment is, if you can go to a game in the playoffs, find a way to get there, because I
Oh
promise
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
it is so fun.
Yeah.
And if you don't like hockey, I promise you,
Oh,
go
if
to
you
a
go to a
couple of
game, you'll
games.
learn to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to a couple of games. I sat on the back wall at the top of the
Yeah.
arena and still had a great game. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
doesn't matter where you sit in a hockey game.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, like that's hockey. If you can go to a live game, try it out. I promise you
Yeah.
guys. I promise you. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah. So
It's life experiences. All
yeah,
right.
for sure.
So let's end some stuff. We're gonna go do our NFL picks now. We'll go game by game, just a little something for the first week. Starting next week, though, we're gonna monitor what happens during the week, and we're gonna give out some awards. We're gonna give
Yeah,
our
yeah,
star of the week, and we're gonna give our trash of the week. So if
yep,
you're an athlete and you're trash, we're gonna call you out.
yeah.
But we're
Tag
gonna
them.
save that. We're gonna save that for the second episode.
Yeah.
So let's just start. Let's see what we got. All right. So NFL this week, we'll start with the Bucks and the Falcons. Who you got?
I gotta go Bucks.
Yeah.
I think Baker Mayfield with Mike Evans. Mike Evans is really heating up again.
Mhm.
And when Mike Evans heats up, he's very hard to stop. So the Falcons with Robinson and who are you going to get as a quarterback out there? You know what I mean? That's what you're going to have to say. You got Ritter out there, or I don't even know. Drake
Mhm.
London, he can't seem to find his way with the quarterback at the moment, and that's killing him because he's an amazing player, amazing talent. So he's going to need to either beg them to do something. But yeah, I'm taking the Bucks. What about you?
Uh, I'm looking at it. Atlanta's kind of won the last two games in a row. They're kind of figuring things out. They're a young team. They are at home, but I just kind of like the Bucks. The Bucks have kind of owned the division the last couple of years, even though you don't have Brady anymore.
Yeah,
Baker Mayfield's a good player,
yeah.
and I feel like the rest of that team is just they're going to win that division. They probably won't do much in the playoffs, but I think
Yeah.
they take this game.
It's a very close division right now, so every
It
win
is.
matters.
It is,
Yeah,
and like I said, the Bucks are on the road, but they handled business against Carolina, who's not very good,
yeah,
but they've handled their business against teams that are around their level and below.
for
So
sure.
I feel like the Bucks will take
And
this.
no weather to hurt them. The Falcons, a
Yeah, the
dome.
Falcons in the
So,
dome. All
so
right, next one up I got is Indiana, the Colts, and the Bengals. That's interesting.
that's an interesting game right there. Oh, if the Bengals played like they played last week,
Mm-hmm.
going to be very hard. I like the Colts. I do like the Colts, but
Colts
because
have won
Minshew's been,
four in a row.
yeah, I kind of need.
They've won four in a row, but look at the teams that they've beaten: Carolina, New England, Tampa, Tennessee. Um, I'm gonna take the Bengals.
I
Uh,
was thinking the Bengals myself. I'm gonna have to
they'll
take the
they
Bengals
lost three
myself.
in a row. They don't have Burrow, but they're starting to figure it out. They won at Jacksonville, which is not an easy place to win. Jacksonville's a
No,
good
they're a
team,
playoff caliber team. So
right? So it's in Cincinnati. It's probably going to be cold. Hopefully, we just get to see some snow. I'm not sure.
yeah,
Do you have the weather?
I don't have the weather. I'm gonna look right now and
Yeah.
see what they're projecting weather to be. It's 1 o'clock.
It says game time weather 55 degrees.
Okay, it's gonna be a little fair for both. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm still taking the Bengals though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I have to.
Why
The
not?
quarterback is playing some good football. So yeah, I'm going
Oh, this is
Bengals.
going to be a fun game. Jacksonville at Cleveland.
Ooh,
Yeah,
defense
that's a
can.
good game.
I,
Cleveland is a
I
lot better than people give them credit for,
yes, for
but
sure.
Jacksonville is supposed to be a favorite. So,
Yeah.
according to the ESPN stuff, Cleveland is favored in that game.
I don't see them not being favored. If how is I watched a little bit of reports. I think I saw Trevor Lawrence back out there on the practice field.
Mhm.
So he's gonna look for redemption, and he's he is a baller. You know, what I mean, he's gonna try to ball.
Mhm.
Their offense is going to be moving. I don't, man. I gotta take Jacksonville
Yeah,
because I don't think that the Browns
they're
are
going
gonna
to
score
lose
enough
two in a row.
points. I can't see them losing two in a row, even
Yeah,
though I know Cleveland's going to be fighting though because they got to. Their division is so close. You know what I mean? They're looking for everybody's 7-5 in the hunt right now. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
they're literally going to be looking.
It's going to be 50 degrees and raining.
Ooh,
Hmm.
you're going to have to hope that the run
I
game
mean,
is good.
They both have a pretty decent run game.
Hunt, right?
So
Hunt is with Cleveland,
Hunt
and
is
then
with
you got
Cleveland,
Travis
yeah.
Etienne with the Jags.
I just think that Jacksonville's on a mission, so I'm going to
Yeah,
go with the Jaguars.
yeah, me too.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Um,
It's one of my
exactly.
games of the. It could be the. You said the Jags are the favorites or the Browns are the favorites.
The Browns are the favorites at
Oh,
home.
then this is the upset of the week.
Yeah, upset of the week, sure.
Of the week for sure.
I
Because
don't
if
know
you're
how
telling me
big of
the
an upset it is, but
yeah,
yeah.
I'm not
I mean,
saying
it's
like
the NFL, like
it's the NFL for
and if
sure.
it's not like a 14 point,
Yeah.
spread. All right, Jets and Texans. I don't know. There's no way I see Jets winning this game. I think
Me neither. If that
Texans are
line
all over them.
dominates though, but CJ Stroud is just too good. He's just too good. He's playing, he's in the MVP race. He's not even he's in the MVP race, but I think that
The
it's
Jets
a
have
hard to
officially, yeah.
yeah.
The Jets have been officially eliminated. They've lost like 5 or 6 in a row, and they're just looking to get through the season. The Texans are fighting for something. Like you always have a team that is fighting for respect or whatever, but
Yeah.
I think the Texans are clicking right now, and
Yeah.
they're gonna roll them. Rams and Ravens.
This is a close one. I know the Ravens have been like unstoppable at times, but they've been beaten at times that are like, wow. You know what I mean?
So the Ravens have this tendency. They build big leads and then sometimes they
Yeah.
blow that lead. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. But the Rams have not been overly consistent this year. They're six
Well,
and six.
yeah.
They've looked decent at times, but nothing really great. Their defense gives up points.
Yeah.
I'm going with Baltimore.
You
Baltimore is
you can just make a case for the Rams because of Matthew Stafford and Puka, but other than that,
right.
I
Like they
don't see the
have weapons,
defense.
but they
Yeah,
just haven't had everything together at
yeah,
the same time. So
yeah,
um,
understandable. I'm picking the Ravens also, which I would love to see the Rams do that because I'm as a fan of the AFC team, you always want an NFC team to come in there and win because then that
yeah,
just
helps
no
your
one,
case.
yeah, helps your case, So, but I'm picking the
Yeah,
Ravens also. There's
I'm
just
picking
no
the
way
Ravens.
I can't see it.
All right. Lions and Bears. This is real interesting because the Bears are playing much better as of recently. And
Yeah,
Justin Fields is he's
he's
doing
He's looking like Ohio State Justin Fields
yeah,
again.
he is. He
Yeah, he
is
is. He really
doing
is. He's
really
good.
well.
The Lions have proven that they can beat big teams, but they've proven that they lose to the bad teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they
It's a
got
division
destroyed by
opponent.
yeah,
They're
those
on the
were
road. It's going to be 39 degrees.
oh
It's going to be cold. Lions are favored, but not by much. Um, I might go for an upset special here with the Bears.
I'm gonna take the Lions.
Yeah, We
Yeah,
gotta have at least
yeah,
one.
I'm gonna take the
Whether or
Lions.
not,
I can't see them like if
yeah.
Dan Campbell is that, but yeah, we're allowed to disagree. Okay, guys.
No, that's fine. It's like I kind of like the Lions, but at the same time, they've lost games that they probably
Yeah,
shouldn't have. And Chicago at home division game, I was like, you know what? Let's take the Bears.
yeah.
That's where we're going with that one. All right. So our first one where there's a great. All right. This will probably get back on the same page. We got Carolina at New Orleans.
Eh,
Carolina is just bad. They're just looking to lock in
yeah,
that number one pick. There's no way. New Orleans just wins
yeah,
this one going away.
yeah.
I can't see the Panthers making any sort of a fight whatsoever. Um, any thoughts on that?
No, they're not winning. They're a bad
Yeah.
team. The owner's in shambles. He doesn't know what's gonna happen. He is just literally he's gonna fire the whole team, and they already knew they weren't gonna win a lot of games. You know what I mean? So we're gonna sit here and
Okay. All right.
yeah,
So Vikings Raiders. That should be interesting.
that should
Both
be a
teams
good
kind of
game.
up and coming. I'm gonna go Raiders. They're at home.
Yes. Yeah.
They're in Las Vegas. Since the coaching change, they're playing much better. And yeah, I like the Raiders in that.
Yep. Me too. Easy,
Okay.
easy call. Justin Field. I mean
Seahawks.
Justin. What's his name's coming back, but I don't think
Yeah.
that's gonna help him.
No. Oh, Jefferson. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah. I
Jefferson's
mean,
coming
he
back.
might score some points, but the Viking, like I said, the Raiders played good at home. So,
Yeah.
Seahawks Niners. That
This
should
is gonna
be
be that's a fun game. I thought they
that's
just
gonna
played
be
each other.
um you kind of like the Niners. They're just so hot.
The, the,
Probably the best team in the
yeah, the
NFC
way
right
they
now.
first in offense and first in defense.
Right.
Yeah,
So, you just think maybe Seahawks, maybe division, maybe not afraid to go, but I'm going to overall. I don't know if they're covering 13.5, but I like
No, I'm not doing 13.5. I'm not gonna. That's a big line.
yeah, that's a big line.
Yeah, but I'm
All
I'm
right.
taking the 49ers.
All right. Bills and Chiefs.
The
This should
funnest
be a
game of
fun
the
one.
week. Funnest
Yeah.
game of the week. And it's
I no, the best game of the week. I think the funnest game is coming up later, but
oh, okay.
second, this is number two.
Oh, number two.
Um,
Okay. I'm calling number one because you know how this game goes. It's gonna go to overtime probably.
yeah,
Josh Allen's gonna cry that they went to overtime and they lost like
yeah.
they continuously do in overtime. So
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah. I think Chiefs in a very close game as well.
Yeah.
Chiefs have just lost a couple games, and I think they're due to win. But then again, the
Yeah.
Bills are back. Their backs are against the wall, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if they pull this out. But I'm picking the Chiefs.
Yeah, me
All
too.
right, Broncos and Chargers. I'm
I'm
liking the
going Broncos
yeah, the Broncos have ever since the ass whooping in
in
Miami,
Miami.
they've
Yeah.
they've turned things around. They're
Yeah.
the Chargers don't impress me. They find ways to lose, and the Broncos are finding ways to win.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of time left, so we only got
Yeah.
two more games to go over.
Yeah.
This is my number one game.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I
Eagles and
see.
Cowboys.
Yeah, okay. I see why you were waiting for that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, okay, this is a good
I'm a
game.
Giant fan, but
Yeah.
we're
This
not.
is a good game.
We're not in their league, but
Yeah.
these are two of the three best teams.
Yeah.
I actually like the Cowboys in this game. I feel like they play great at home.
Yes, they do.
They're so on the road, but this is going to be a best test for them. The Eagles coming off a loss, and we'll see if what's his face if Jalen Hurts is 100%. I feel like he's a little nicked up, but we'll see how that game plays out. I do like the Cowboys. What
Yeah,
about
me too. I'm gonna pick the Cowboys also. Their offense is firing in all cylinders, while AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are very talented receivers. If Jalen Hurts has any limp and any struggle, he's not the accurate. I mean, he's not one of the accurate quarterbacks in the league. So if he's not feeling 100%, and he's not running as much this year as he did last year. You know what I mean? So, but I got the Cowboys also in a humongous game. That's going to be fun to
Oh
watch.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right. This is the game of the week. I thought it was the Chiefs in that, but this is a really
we
good
got
game.
two good ones. So.
Yeah, we got two good games because 425 and in this game. So perfect.
All right. Last one Monday night, my Giants and the Packers. Packers are hot. They've beaten Kansas City. They've beaten Detroit. I'm saying my Giants are going to commit the upset, and
man, I'm going Packers.
Take out the Packers and an emotional win, but I'm not going to bet against the Giants anyway because that's my team.
There's actually two games on Monday night this week.
Is there?
Yeah, the Dolphins and Titans. My Dolphins are taking on the Titans at home. Yeah, they did it 2 Monday.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you that.
That's my parlay, baby.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Giants.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, they're both playing on Monday night at 8:15. I don't know why, but they hey, we're gonna start them at the same time.
Tennessee has tools, but it's not their year. Dolphins are going to make the push. They're going to get that.
I might be biased, but I'm always going to pick the Dolphins no matter.
Of course, yeah. Same thing with me. But
yeah, no, man, it's gonna be a fun year, man.
We'll see next week when the when the Giants start playing the Eagles. I don't know if I'm gonna have to pick my team. I might just go with the over. Or the under.
There you go.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed our first show.
Appreciate you guys coming by.
We look forward to doing some more. And we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully
next week.
No, we'll definitely do our second show next week.
Yep. Next week we'll do our second show. Appreciate you guys coming by and seeing Butcher in the Beard. And
Butcher in the Beard.
Butcher in the Beard. We'd love to see you soon.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Catch you later.